All right, guys, recently there was a humongous sale of a Michael Jordan base card. It was not a rookie card. It was not a star card. It was not the 86 Flair. It was not the star 101. This was a Michael Jordan base card from 1997 that did 5 figures. It was an eye-popping number that I assumed was an all-time record. And I started to think to myself, is this the most valuable Michael Jordan base card in the world right now? Because this price was so extraordinary, and ironically it was one of my very good friends that sold the card. That's what this video is about. We're going to look at the card. You may have noticed it on the thumbnail, and we're going to look at some of the other top Michael Jordan non-rookie base cards as far as value goes, and we're going to sort of see where this one fits into the pantheon, into the hierarchy, for lack of a better word, of Michael Jordan base cards as it pertains to value in a PSA 10 slab. Enjoy the video.
See why Card Ladder is the industry leader in sports card data. We know what you want because Card Ladder was created by collectors for collectors. Card Ladder. Join the innovators, not the imitators.
All right, I'm not going to bury the lead. We're talking about the 97 E-X2001 Michael Jordan PSA 10 with the MBA Gold Sticker that you see on your screen. I saw this sale. A couple of people messaged me and was like, is this real? What the hell's going on? This is crazy. I was like, dude, that seems insane. I used to have this card, I think, in a PSA 10. I thought this would be 10x the all-time record for this card, but I was shocked to find out that this card that you see on your screen right here, the 97 EX2001, just recently sold for $10,140 on Golden on November 2nd, about 3 days ago. That's not the all-time record, and it wasn't set in 2021. The all-time record was actually about a year ago in 2023 on eBay. Terrier Ball, whoever that is, sold the same card without the NBA Gold Sticker for $10,433. I must have totally missed that because I'd have done a video on this thing in 2023 when that happened, because when I saw $10,140 for this particular base card, I freaking lost my mind. Like, that does not seem right. It seems inorganic. It's a pop 15, as you can see. Let's look at the pop. Here's the deal. Really not a rare card at all. This is a base card. Now, is it a gorgeous base card? Yeah. Is it like a threat to win the back to basics, 64 card matchup? Yeah, it's actually possible. It's going to be in the mix for sure. But I don't think it's really one of Jordan's most important base cards, but it is really, really good looking. And it's from a really absolutely gorgeous set. I picked up a raw copy of this set in the cross-country collection that you guys might have noticed if you want to check out that playlist. And just going through the set, I wanted to grade every card because the cards look so damn good. They're like partially acetate, partially they got that speckle in the background. But if you look at the card, folks, look, there's been 1,587 graded by PSA. Look at the gem rate. Less than 1 out of 100 grade PSA 10. So that leaves only 15. Maybe somebody bought this card who thought it was an insert because, damn it, it looks like one. This is such a good-looking base card, it might be an insert. That could be the approach, that could be the stance, that could be the perspective of an unwary buyer. I just think that's a little aggressive on that number, and one way to kind of put it in perspective is I think that that this outsold the Galaxy no way, I'm sorry, I have my cards wrong. So 10,140, the highest ever was 10,433. So that led me to think, right? First of all, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Is this a $10,000 card? Does the NBA Gold Sticker have anything to do with it? Let's sort this thing by date and see what the last one sold for. Well, that's not right. That's not even stating. Let's do this. Now we got it. So it's not pulling up for whatever reason, but it looks like the last one sold for $7,323 back in April of 2024. And it's not pulling up either. There's the old 10,000. Okay, so there's the old 10,000. And after that 10,433 all-time record that we referenced in September of last year, it went 6,700, 5,700, 5,200. So back to half, right? The card was cut in half. Back to 58, 56, jumped from 56 to 73 in April. In 13 days time, the card jumped almost $2,000. And then it just recently jumped to the 10,100 and whatever sale that we just looked at. And so that led me to thinking, number one, is this car really worth that? Is it going to get paid? I'll know because my friend sold it. And so I'll check on that and make sure the car got paid. But I also started thinking, well, where is this rank? Well, I mean, where is this in comparison? So immediately I started thinking, and again, we're throwing out the rookie cards. I'm like, what about 87 Fleer? Let's go check out 87 Fleer. Okay, so I got 87 Fleer pulled up somewhere. I promise. There it is. Okay, so I don't know. This one doesn't have a picture. It was from 2021, but 87 Fleer did some crazy shit. Okay, let's be clear. 87 Fleer sold for more than 40,000 4 times in the year 2021. So remember when 86 Fleer went through that insanity where it ran over $800,000 for a PSA 10. People would, they'd play the old trick on their old mind trick, right? The old hobby Jedi mind trick. Well, if the 86 Fleer is worth $800,000, then the 87 Fleer, which is lower pop, has got to be worth blah, 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 fill in the blank. And so the world agreed that, hey, this card's got to be worth $45,000. And so a bunch of people started buying it for $45,000. Now, here's the deal. We got to compare apples to apples. So we're not going to compare this 97 EX2001 card right here to 2021 1987 Fleer. We're going to compare it to the most recent sales, which is 14,000. So the 87 Fleer seems to still be a little bit more valuable than if paid this most recent 1997 EX2001 sale. So we know 87 Fleer is more valuable. What about 96 EX2000? Another huge card. I've got it sorted by the highest price ever paid for the 96 EX2000. And guys, 5750 is the number, and that's a pop 46. So there's 3 times as many of those. But I'm guessing there's probably, there's more graded as well, but the gem rate's about twice, right? We saw that the gem rate on the 97 EX2001, the card that is the topic of this video, was about 0.95%. You about double that, and you come up with right at a little bit shy of 2%. So 46 of them out there, but more of them have been graded 1.9% PSA 10 rate. But 5750 is the highest this card's ever sold. Now, here's the problem. That card has not sold, at least by my search here. I have not seen the 96 EX2000 card number 9 PSA 10 sell publicly since 2022. Guys, help me in the comments if I'm missing one. These searches get a little bit tricky where you're trying to find a certain card. But you guys can help me. Well, here they go. No, it has sold. That had it sorted by price. Sorry. So it did sell in August. It sold for 4,000. So not even close. It's not even sniffing it. And then back in 2023, the card sold for 2,800. So you're talking about a card, maybe the next time we see this card, what has it been? 2 months, something like that. Maybe the next time somebody sees this card at a public auction, they're like, well, hell, dude, if the 97 EX2001 sold for 10, this has got to be worth 7, 8. Although the pop is 3 times and the gem rate is double. So interesting question there. The next logical card would be 88 Fleer. How high has the 88 Fleer gone? Well, it has gone into the 5 figures numerous times. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times historically, 5 times. But again, that's apples to oranges because we're comparing, look at all the sale dates, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21. Just look at the card. So when the 86 Fleer ran, 87 and 88 did the same thing. Look at this. I'm what am I, 30, 40, 50 deep, 60 deep, whatever. You got to go all the way down here to find a card from 2022 that sold for $5,000. So, the top 25, 30, 40, 50, however many that sold for 88 Fleer PSA 10s all happened in the year 2021 when we know, specifically the Jordan Fleer base stuff went ballistic because 86 Fleer rookie card was leading the way. So let's sort this by date. So now we're looking at a card that just sold 2 days ago for 3,100, 3,119, 3,000. So you're looking at about a 3,000 card. And again, the pop on this is going to be much higher, 648. It's double just about the 1986 Fleer PSA 10 pop. And then the only other card that could come to mind, I thought about maybe the 97 Metal Universe, and I was right. 97 Metal Universe base tipped over $10,000 3 times in history. And all of those were also in the crazy bubble of 2021, where an MBA sticker went on Fanatics Weekly for $13,300, $13,950. And look, you can see the tragic history of this. Well, it depends on when you bought, when you sold. It might not be tragic for you or for me, but if we look at this card sort of over the last 2 years, it's a card that's relatively flat, maybe a little bit down. And this is a pop 147. There's a bunch of those out there, but it's last sold for $3,400. So you're looking at a card right here on average. It's, $3,400 to $3,800 most likely. So not even close to the 97 EX2001, not even close. And again, that's a factor of pop. The 97 Metal Universe set may be more sought after than the 97 Skybox EX2001. And people may think the card's more iconic, but again, there's so many more. 147 versus 15. It's going to lead to some incongruities in comparing the prices. And then what about Flair Showcase cards? Guys, I could not find a base Flair Showcase Michael Jordan card that has ever sold for more than $6,600, and it just happened. And this was the 96 Flair Showcase Row 0. And again, I guess that's going to be a factor of pop. Yeah, there's 37 of them. You know, there's also 7 of these right now. I got rid of the 97 Row 0 because that's not a fair comparison, because that is a serial numbered card. There are only 250 of the 97 Row 0 printed. But the highest selling ever Michael Jordan Flair Showcase base card, not including the serial numbered 1997 Row 0, numbered to 250 base, is 96 Row 0. And you can see, so I've got plugged in here 96 or 97. I want to pull all the Flair Showcase, only for Jordan. I took out Legacy. I put Row in there so we didn't pull in all the other Flair Showcase parallels and inserts. And then I subtracted 150, so I don't want to find anything that's numbered to 150 or 250. And I probably could have put minus 100 in here as well, just to make sure it doesn't pull, you know, somebody who didn't call it a legacy but did put it in there even though it was a legacy. Because remember, 96 and 97 are in serial number to either 100 or 150. And so it pulled, and then look at the top sales. 221 PSA 10 sales of Flair Showcase non-legacy cards, non-97 Row 0 cards. And 96 Row 0 is always the highest seller. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, here we go. We got to get all the way down to 97 Row 1, which sold for $5,000 here. So, and this is sorted by price, but guess what? This is what's interesting about this card. The Flair Showcases are gaining in popularity, right? Am I wrong? Look at when, when we looked at the 87 Flair, the 88 Flair, even the 98, the 96 EX2000, the 97 Metal Universe, those record prices were set in the year 2021. Look when the highest priced 96 Flair Showcase Row 0 and 97 Row 1 were set. 2024, 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, 22, 24, 23, 24, 24, 24, 24, 23, 22, 24, 24, 23, 24. Got to go all the way back here. How many deep are we? 20? I don't know, 25? So you got to go all the way back to 25, 30 deep to get to 2020. So that was interesting to me. Like, that's something that I noticed, and this is the kind of stuff you notice when you start digging through the minutia and starting to put pen to paper and starting to logically think about what's high, what's low. Is this too high? Is this too low? And so now we're stuck with this age-old deal where, we've got this card on our screen, and if we're going to say, you know what, it's back, it's a $10,000 card, then that led me down the path of, well, what about these other cards? What's alike between this card and the 96 EX2000? Let's compare the pops. Let's compare the total quantity graded. Let's compare the gem percentage. Let's compare the aesthetics. Let's remember that this is an MBA Gold Sticker today. What if it didn't have an MBA Gold Sticker? How much does that matter to you? How much does that matter to just the 2 people that happen to have bid it up to that number? More importantly, there's a lot of stuff and a lot of questions you got to ask. So there's no answer to this question. I simply wanted to share some data, lay it on a platter, and let you guys discuss in the comments. Let me know what you think about this card selling for $10,000. If I pose the question, give me 10 other cards, even in PSA 10 condition, that you would rather have than this base card for $10,000. I think that the majority of you guys that are watching this video would probably be able to come up with a list of 10 cards pretty damn easy. Keeping in mind, it is a base card. It is not a rare card, but it is a factor of grading scarcity. It is a factor of, the NBA Gold Sticker does matter, whether you like it or not, whether you care about it or not, whether you want it to go away forever or whether you are embracing it. The NBA Gold Sticker, just like the Fanatics Eye Appeal designations, adds a premium to these cards, guys. So let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think about this $10,000 sale? Are you surprised to find out that's not the all-time record? I was very surprised. And I was even more surprised to find out the all-time record was set in 2023. And then I was even more surprised, I was not surprised to find out 87 Flair, 88 Flair, 96 EX2000, 97 Metal Universe card number 23. I'm thinking of the big-time base Michael Jordan cards, non-rookie cards, all set records in 2021. That was not surprising. What was surprising to me is when we went through the list of the top highest selling Flair showcase base Jordan cards in PSA 10 condition all time. Damn near all of them were 2024 and 2023. That's an interesting trend to keep an eye on for those of you who are looking to get into the, buy Jordan base cards, looking to buy Jordan base cards in the highest level. This is another thing to consider. This 97 EX2001 card here, that's not a brand new PSA label. That's an old label, and it's still got an MBA Gold sticker. That's an old label card right there. So I've had some issues trying to grade these cards. It's very difficult to get scratches and blemishes out of the acetate portion. Some of the fibers, this card's actually raised, and so the image of Jordan, let me pull it back up. The image of Jordan, his body is actually, like if you rub your hand across it, it's almost like laid on top of the acetate. And so there's layers to this card, almost like a pop-up picture book, right? Jordan is almost like a 3D redemption, only to a much lesser degree. But Jordan's actually raised up a little bit off the card, and there's like some cilia, some little microfibers that kind of jut out from him, similar to the picture window on the 96 EX2000, where you always have those little hairs, those little fine, like white strands, little white hairs. You got to kind of get those off with a Q-tip before you send it in for grading. I don't know, interesting stuff here. I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments. I've talked a pretty long time about this one card, but it is an interesting sale nonetheless. And let me know if you're the buyer of this card, because it's an incredible card, and you didn't break a record, so I can't ring the bell on you. But congrats for picking up a Pop 15. Beautiful. I mean, probably in my top 10, probably my top 5 best looking Michael Jordan cards. Like, this card's going to do really well in the back to basics March Madness style 64 card Jordan bracket. I think you guys need to pay attention to that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the playlist Back to Basics on this YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby. I want to remind you, I do buy card collections. I'm in the process of curating another viewer of the channel who wanted to sell their collection in bulk. We're going through that process right now. It's enjoyable. It makes for great content, and I'm always willing to listen and try to work out something fair. If somebody is looking to get out of their collection, it doesn't have to be Jordan. It could be 90s basketball. It could be damn near anything basketball. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Peace.